evening. My name is Helen Anthony. I'm Chair of the Committee on Finance. I'm calling to order our regular meeting on Tuesday, October 22nd at 5:30 p.m. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Chairwoman Helen Anthony.
Present.
Vice Chairman James Taylor.
Here.
Councilor Sue Andervoice is not here. Councilor Maria Graves.
Here.
Councilor Miguel Sanchez.
Here.
We have 4 present, 1 absent. We have a quorum.
Thank you so much. And I would like to recognize from the City Solicitor's Office, we have Effie Shaw with us tonight. Thank you very much. The wonderful clerks, Tyler and Donna. Thank you very much. And with that, I am going to ask for a motion to continue items 1 through 3.
So moved.
Motion was made by Councilor Gray, seconded by Councilor Taylor. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you very much. Madam Clerk, would you please read item number 4?
Item number 4, resolution authorizing approval of the following contract award by the Board of Contract and Supply in accordance with section 21-26(B2) of the Code of Ordinances, and to the Municipal Emergency Services Inc., the fire department, for $19,461.60.
Who do we have here to present tonight?
Is anyone else going to be presenting? I'll show you one at the same time.
Shouldn't have to unless there's like a form.
All right, please raise your hand. Please bear in mind.
I do.
And please say your name.
Derek Silva, Fire
Chief Silva, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Chief. Thank you, Chair.
What do you have to tell us about this item for $19,461.60?
This request is to purchase fire hose, specifically attack hose, which is our inch and 3/4 hose that we use to enter into a burning building to extinguish the fire. Fire department, as you can imagine, we're very particular about our hose. And the reason being that we go with this provider, this vendor rather, is the external and the internal diameters, the friction loss specifications for hose matter quite significantly, as you can imagine. And so that we don't have to replace all the hose in 1 year, this is what we replace or repair each and every year. This is the sole provider of this manufacturer of hose in the fire vendor world. It's all franchise agreements, as you think of. And so whether it's Matex hose or Conquest hose, you only have one vendor to purchase this hose from. And so decades ago, this was the form and fashion of the hose they selected, and this is the hose that we maintain. So this request is to purchase replacement hose for hoses that are worn, torn, and no serviceable.
Okay, and I'm sorry, just for clarification, you're saying that this is the only one who manufactures this hose?
That's right, and I believe the letter is in there from the vendor that states they are the sole source provider for the hose, the last of the attachments.
Committee members, questions? Yes, Councilor Sanchez.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Chief. I just want to say thank you to you and your department the past couple of weeks. I know you guys have been going through it, and you guys definitely doing what you can. So I appreciate that. My own question, just for my own clarity, so is this like an actual hose or like pieces to the hose?
It's actual hose, so to give you a perspective on attack hose, most of our hose lines are actually quarter lines of 200 feet long, but that's comprised of 4 50-foot sections. So with the theory on one, like it rips or it bursts, because we stay with the same manufacturer, we can replace that 1 50-foot section and then leave the other 3 sections intact. Whereas if we change vendors, the external diameter is inches and 1/4 as an example. The internal diameter of this hose is 1.88 inches. So in theory, if we went and attached this Matex hose to a Conquest hose, the internal diameters would be different. The friction loss calculated different. And our firefighters, as an example, know that 200-foot attack line we pump it at 100 PSI all the time. And that's because the friction loss is standardized, the size levels is standardized, the diameter is standardized.
Starting to lose me, chief. Thank
Yeah,
you.
like I said, we're very much into our home, so you can imagine.
Oh.
Taylor.
Thank you. The expert over here. My only question is, where does this like fall in line in like the overall maintenance and of our hoses? Like,
We spend approximately $35,000 a year on hose. So this $19,000 is a portion of that 35,000 that we spend.
thank you.
Other questions? I just have one. I see that this company that we're purchasing from, there's 0% MB, 0% WB. Is this a large
Yeah,
organization?
MES is like a national, what happens with these fire companies is these big corporate conglomerates that purchase stuff all the small fire vendors. So MES has a West Warwick office, but they are a national company.
So they're not considered a minority business for them. Okay,
I have another question.
yes, Councilor Sanchez.
Thank you, Chairwoman. What is the thought process behind not just buying the 35,000 needed in hose a year at once and
So
break it up a little bit?
this is just because $19,000 of the inch and three-quarter, just specific tackles. So like we have 5-inch feeder hose, we have 3-inch feeder
Different type of
hose.
hoses.
So it's taking an assessment of inventory every year and saying, hey, this chunk of hose can get repaired, this chunk of hose has to be replaced. And so after that assessment, this will be recognized in the 8-inch and three-quarter.
All right,
Last year, we did our 5-inch, so we're good for the year. So that's kind of what we do as an assessment.
thank you.
I make a motion to approve number 4.
Second.
Motion to approve made by Councilor Taylor, seconded by Councilor Sanchez. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you very much. Madam Clerk, would you please read the next agenda item?
Resolution authorizing approval of the following contract award by the Board of Contract and Supply in accordance with section 21-26B2 of the Code of Ordinances in the city of Columbia, Southern University with the fire department for $18,000.
A lot of our ranks, promotional ranks have gotten much younger over the years. When new members promoted to captain or battalion chief, they're required to do what we call promotional school. Instead of us having to do silo promotional schools for captain, battalion chief, what we did this time to, one, reduce costs, but also kind of have all be educated together as we brought in outside vendor to instruct those new officers on how to be chief officers and captains. So this is the program that was developed to be a program that instructs these new captains and battalion chiefs how to be chief field officers. Rhode Island Fire Academy, Massachusetts Fire Academy, Connecticut, New Hampshire don't offer this program. So we have a local vendor to utilize. This is the only vendor out there that provides such a program that will come to you and deliver it. So that's.
I'm sorry, you said it's to, how does it reduce cost?
So typically before we would pay our own folks overtime to teach, and instead, as you can imagine, the vendor is significantly cheaper.
And then all the other organizations, all these other states, they have to go somewhere to receive this kind of training, is that what you're saying?
So most of them don't do what we refer to as promotional schools. Kind of every department decides how they teach their new officers. Generally call it an officer program. We've been trying to work with the state to kind of develop that program. They're just so inundated with, let's get the basic entry level course programs. They haven't been able to develop these more advanced programs. So our goal eventually is to transition away from a vendor back to a state fire academy model. Right now, an officer program.
Was this included in the budget you proposed?
Yes, that's correct.
I'm going to open it up for questions. Yes, Councilor Sanchez.
Thanks, Chairwoman. How was this university selected?
So we kind of did searches for different programs and research different programs. There's kind of two, I'll say three organizations that do the standardized training, the International Association of Fire Chiefs, Pro Board, and IFSAC. And so Pro Board and IFSAC are two accrediting agencies in the country that say, yes, this is a bona fide program that meets the standards. And so this is the only part of this program is online, the other part is in person, they come to deliver it. It's the only online portion that we can find that meets those accrediting standards. And then the IFC, International Association of Fire Chiefs, have partnered with this university to basically create that accredited online program. So that's how we found the IFC, Pro Board and IFSAC saying, if you want to do an online program, if you want to do a program where instructors come to you, this is your. So there isn't another option out there.
Who in the department runs the training?
So Division of Training is run by Chief Felix Ramos. This class in particular is taught by two retired chiefs, one for 500 New York, one City 500, and the other one being Chief Lasky, South Chicago. They write a lot of the textbooks that we use for promotional material, so we fit naturally.
And then just one last question, so this training happened already?
No, this is a promotional school training, so assuming if you all approve it, then we'll give them the green light to take the classes.
Awesome. A lot of things come to us once they're already purchased or occurred, so just for clarity purposes, thank you, Chief, I appreciate that.
Questions?
The motion to approve number 5.
Motion to approve made by Vice Chair Taylor, seconded by Councilor Graves, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. Madam Clerk, if you could please read item number 6.
Resolution authorizing approval of the following contract award by the Board of Contract and Supply in accordance with section 21-26B2 of the Code of Ordinances. This is gonna be with Ready Back with the fire department, $66,600.
Chief.
Ready rack extractors is a very fancy word for a large commercial washing machine. And so these are specialized washing machines that extract the carcinogens and chemicals, flammable liquids, and other hazardous contaminated substances that might be in our firefighting gear. So firefighters after fire or after trying to their gear might be soiled, they'll utilize these gear extractors. The gear extractors themselves were $128,000 in total. That was paid for through a federal grant. But this piece is the installation and hard mounting of these extractors, because they're significant items. They need to be hard mounted to the concrete, and they have to be elevated at least 1 foot so that the water drains appropriately from the extractors. We have half of them operational now. We were able to utilize public property to install to their level of capability. Some of them, and these are the ones that needed a more technical service level to install that. So the 66,000 would get all the grant purchase extractors operational.
Why this company?
That's the manufacturer of the actual machine, Ready Rack Robes.
So the manufacturer of the machines is the only one that can do the installation.
The bulk of the cost is the physical units from them, and then the installation cost is $22,000, and that's where they provide the contractor or the approved vendor to do the installation. A lot of this is related to a warranty, so we didn't want to avoid the warranty by picking someone else.
Ready, members?
My only question, Chief, is, do you account for this in your budget, or what?
Yes, we do have a budget for this. Is coming out of our gear replacement repair, and we buy the detergent for these machines. It's going out of that same line.
Not really a question, just another thought I have. Like, I think like federal grants are great, and we should definitely take advantage for them, but something that I just have a hard time, I guess, understanding is like, what is the city doing? And this isn't really necessarily specific to this, but like, what are we doing to plan for, the financial, repercussions, I guess you could say, of said grants once those grants do fund out? It's like, obviously, we got a grant for the washing machines, but we didn't account for the 66,000, just something to keep in mind,
Yeah.
going forward.
Yeah.
I think we should take advantage of those federal opportunities, but what are we doing at the local level to make sure that we're in an environment to sustain those costs?
I will say, over the last 2 years of this administration, we slowed down on some of our grant applications and kind of taken a different approach than we had previously, where before we were just, I'll say, applying for every grant that they thought they had a chance of grabbing. And now we're kind of stepping back and saying, this grant makes sense for our operations. So like for this one, yes, it is a $67,000 expense for us, but it's something that you had to provide anyhow. And so far, also, the last few years, we've only kind of applied for grants that, if not for the grant, at some point the city would have to come up with those dollars to do that program or do that, person.
I appreciate
So
that.
far, we haven't, I'll say, going to grab nice to have that we can afford later on.
No, I think you asked the questions that I wanted to know.
I want to follow up. So Grab is also the only company that can provides machines to extract all the carcinogens.
With the original bid, when we bought the machines, theoretically, we could have bought them from another brand of extractor. But since we went with that extractor company 2 years ago, we're kind of original now to go into the rest of the pieces that we need from them.
Okay. So once these are installed.
We're kind of done in theory, unless we want to get back to them. So,
Motion to approve number 6.
Approved by Vice
Second.
Chair Taylor, seconded by Councilor Sanchez. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Thank you very much.
thank you, Chair. Thank you for your notes.
Appreciate it. Madam Clerk, please read item number 7.
Item number 7, resolution authorizing approval of the following contract award by the Board of Contracting Supply in accordance with section 21-26, B2 of the Code of Ordinances, searching vehicles with the police department, $186,300.
Wonderful. And who do we have this evening to present?
Chief tomorrow.
Sarah, and the treasurer, that it's a senior about to get.
Welcome, Deputy. Thank you so much for coming. Can you tell us a little bit about these searching vehicles?
Okay, this would be bought on a burn grant through the Bureau of Justice Assistance. So it's a by grant. It's a BCI mobile operations and evidence collection vehicle. So what in essence that would be is a BCI lab on wheels. You go to crime scenes, and process the crime scene, and collect evidence. One way to preserve the integrity of the investigation, and all the evidence that we collect is constantly being scrutinized in court. So for us to have a way to collect this evidence, the best practices with this type of a vehicle, really a needed part of criminal investigations for our police department. The vehicle is proprietary by searching. The reason that we asking for a sole provider is that there are other vendors out there. The ones that are on the higher end would be for like police departments that LA, New York. We don't need something that big. And then the lower end of the smaller departments could probably get by using. So we're a mid-sized police department, about 700-800 of them in this country, 30,000. So that kind of fits what our needs are, and this is the company that provides that for us. So that's why we chose this company. We need to have enough room to have two detectives working at the same time. This vehicle provides us the room for that. Our existing vehicle that we use for that is 22 years old. So it's certainly time for us to upgrade technology, especially the new vehicle, have backup cameras, all those things. It's a Ford F-350 with the lighting setup, the telescope lighting to light up a crime scene, whether it be in the woods or in the neighborhood. It has ACs, heaters, it has an awning to operate in and out to protect us from the weather. It's got containers and cabinets for supplies and evidence storage. Comes with ladders, saws, tents, a generator, a fueling chamber. It really is a mobile crime lab for our detectives. Like I said, it's to help us with our integrity of our investigations, gives us the best chance for an outcome for an investigation. When you have a scene outdoors, other than just like pulling stuff out of a car, you know, running back into it in the rain. It's just something that's really needed for the amount of work that we see in Providence. I know the state police has one, Cranston has one, Warwick has one. I think that Providence does about 75% of the felonies in the state. 25% of the felonies get split up to the other police departments, including the state police. So we really use it a lot. We utilize for all our major crimes. We have a lot of them, crime rate is down, but we still react to a lot of scenes that.
And so this is also paid for through a grant, is that
Yes.
correct? And,
Yep.
and tell me about that.
It's a burn grant through the Bureau of Justice Assistance, BDA, so we applied for it and we got it.
And it pays for the full amount.
Yes.
And then I'm just gonna go back to this, so Searchy, did you say there are other companies that provide these kind of evidence collecting vehicles?
They do, but not for the kind that we want, that suits our department. Other companies, like these really high-end ones that we're even going to consider. And then the smaller ends, it doesn't give us enough room in them, or doesn't give us the supply capability that we use them for on a regular basis. Like in the middle of the road, Searchy provides the type that we need.
Okay, questions from our committee members?
I don't have a question, I just have basic. So we're finally coming up to modern times, is what you're saying.
A lot of times, exactly, yes. And so it's, I mean, everybody sees the crime shows, everybody wants to know about the physical evidence and all this stuff. It comes under heavy scrutiny in the law. And, you know, they really start reading into some of the ways that evidence has been collected in the past, you know, this gives us the best outcome to have.
So
Protected.
So everything is recorded inside as well as outside of the vehicle?
Yes. So I mean, you could even take this to a scene where the crime happened indoors, but it has all your equipment there. And it's an orderly way to document everything you need to document.
Yes, Councilor Sanchez.
Thank you, Chief. How much was the burn grant total? This is,
I don't know what the total was, but it certainly paid for $183,000 for this. I don't know if that was what we targeted to get for the grant. So I would have to get back to you on it.
so the grant was specifically for this type of vehicle, then you think?
Yes, for the evidence collection vehicle. You see that. That's all it's used for, by that range of.
And what type of vehicle do you currently use for these evidence collection?
So we have a 22-year-old box truck that we use. outdated. And there are other vehicles that are, they're SUVs, so they don't provide the storage and the workstation that this would provide us.
So is this F-350, is it gonna have like a storage in the back or like, you said two
It's
officers?
a box truck.
So it's a box,
So
okay.
the doors open and it's kind of like a little lab and you get shelves and all these supplies and cabinets and drawers and heat heaters. Moving boxes for items. Fingerprints.
Right. Fair enough.
One final question, or do we have a warranty on this?
Yes, there's a 3-year warranty on this. If anything should happen to it, they will send up a technician to do a repair, or they will subcontract somebody to repair it so they can repair for.
Make a motion to approve number 7.
All right, motion made by Vice Chair Taylor. Second.
Second.
Second by Councilor Sanchez, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, all opposed. Madam Clerk, please read the next item.
Next item is resolution authorizing approval of the following contract award by the Board of Contract and Supply in accordance with section 21-26B2 of the Code of Ordinances. This can be with government municipal headquarters with the police department for $33,540.
So this is to upfit the animal control van. So we already have the van purchased. And we need to have the cages put in the back. We need 10 compartments, locking hardware, we need a ventilation system, air conditioning, heating, rust proofing, slope drainage system, and concealed wires. This is all because there's so many animals that can be put in the back there, that need to have this type of cage for the animals. We have them now, our vans are 12 years old. We have 2 of them that are 12 years old. We searched around, not too many people make these types of things. People will make like steel cages that just are one size fits all and they fill them in. That's not what we need. Checked around locally to at least 5 vendors in New England. None of them could provide the specifications that are needed. They all refer us to this company, American Aluminum, in Florida. That's where they would manufacture this for us, custom fit our van. Included in this price is McGovern is a dealer of American Aluminum. McGovern's who we bought the van from. And they cover the transportation down there, so we need to have an employee drive the van down there, wait for it to get outfitted and drive it back. They've done that in the past. They did that 12 years ago. Sent previous days down to get outfitted. So that's all, the transportation and the insurance on that's all included in this price.
Sorry, where are they driving to?
We're not driving anywhere.
Oh, they-
McGovern, the people that we bought it from, the car dealership in Massachusetts, we bought it from,
Oh.
is gonna transport it down there for us
Okay.
and transport it back.
Okay.
And insure it.
Yes, Councilor Sanchez.
Thank you, Chairwoman. So this is the cost for outfitting 2 vans, or
Just one.
just one van? How many does animal control currently have?
They have 2 12-year-old vans. They bought 2 2023 vans. This is the first van that they're going to outfit. The cost of these vans comes out of the fund that is housed inside the animal control. It's called the Police Animal Dog Pound Fund. So this is funds that they had from donations, and that's where the money is coming from. It's coming from the animal fund. And that's how they pay for the vehicles as well.
So how many vans is animal control currently like used right now?
Two,
The old ones?
two, yeah, two, yeah.
So what was the thought behind not sending both of the new ones at the same time?
Because they need to keep that second van available to them, because their old vans are constantly being repaired. So if another one of those vans goes down, even though they're not outfitted for the specifications that we need them to be, they can at least pick up supplies, pick up like possibly one dog, take a dog to the vet in that van. So they don't wanna send them both down there, and be kind of stuck with no vehicles. That's the reason why we're one at a time. Because we have to go over the file. And sometimes it's companies, they say they're gonna have a quick turnaround, they will. But
What's the turnaround time estimate on
I
this one?
don't even know what their turnaround time is. But we bought patrol cars that have taken us months,
What?
a year. So, kind of. That's why we only want to set it without a time.
Makes sense.
Just to give you a sense of what the animal control officers do, I asked them to give me these numbers. They go to 3,724 calls last year. They've had 607 dogs come through the dog pound. They've had 813 cats come through the dog pound. And 170 wild animals. They're very busy. They need for different size cages in the back for different types of animals, multiple animals. And they need to have ventilation, air conditioning, and all of it is have to be protected. And a ramp as well to protect it. You have to.
Yeah, no, definitely important. Just safe to say then who's in charge of animal control?
Erica Cole.
So she was been consulted and part of this process?
Oh, yeah, this is all first specifications. Sure.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, definitely a big shout out to animal control also.
Very good. It's not an easy job. A lot of people very passionate about their animals, you know.
I'd like to make a motion to pass number 8.
Okay, motion to approve by Vice Chair Taylor, seconded by Councilor Graves, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Really, thank you. With that, believe it or
Make
not,
a
six
motion to
over.
adjourn.
Yeah. Motion to adjourn made by Vice Chair Taylor, seconded by Councilor Graves, all in favor?
Aye. This is a really good meeting.